hell is that? Oh, shit. Something.
Stop. Whoa. Jordan.
Hello?
Ooh.
Hello? What? Go!
Abandoned buildings are creepy on their own. Broken walls, dark hallways, and an eerie silence that makes your skin crawl. But sometimes they're not as empty as they seem. In this video, we'll look at 6 of the most disturbing encounters ever caught on camera. From strange noises to shadowy figures, these moments are both real and terrifying. Make sure you watch the whole video because the last clip, it might just give you nightmares. But for now, let's begin with the first disturbing encounter. In October 2022, YouTuber Chris Hill, the creator behind the Urbex Hill channel, uploaded a disturbing video chronicling his investigation of an abandoned substation. His channel focuses on urban exploration, and Chris often shares footage of his bizarre encounters in forgotten and decaying places across the United States. Known for his fearless approach to exploring eerie locations, Chris set his sights on the Cedar Avenue substation in Cleveland, Ohio. This time, however, his adventure took a chilling turn. The site is now abandoned, and it's become notorious for reports of paranormal activity. Ghost sightings, strange noises, and unexplained occurrences have made it a popular location for urban explorers. Despite these eerie stories, Chris decided to investigate it alone, in the dead of night, hoping to uncover whatever secrets it held. Upon entering the building, Chris found it in a decaying state. The walls were falling apart, and the stench of decay filled the air. Dead animals lay scattered across the floor, a grim reminder of the substation's long abandonment. Unfazed, Chris set up multiple infrared cameras throughout the building, hoping to capture any unusual activity. He then made his way into the basement, unaware that his investigation was about to take a disturbing turn.
Whoa. It's noticeably colder in here. What the hell? If you stand right here, it's kind of warm. Like normal temperature. But as soon as you go in here, it gets cold. That is creepy as hell. Shit. Whoa, that is weird. That is weird. Like, I'm not joking on it. It's noticeably colder. Shit, this is gonna be creepy. Oh, God. Help me. I keep thinking I hear something. Somebody talking. I wonder what these things are used for. It's like these shells are all connected, it seems like. Damn. Can't tell though. Alright, let's keep going.
As Chris descended into the basement, he immediately felt a noticeable drop in temperature. The air grew colder, and he couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Stepping back out of the room, the temperature quickly returned to normal. This unsettling detail wasn't lost on Chris. Ghost hunting expert Sam Ashford explains that cold spots in haunted locations can be a sign that a spirit is nearby, absorbing heat from the surroundings and leaving a trail of coldness in its wake. At that moment, Chris didn't realize the full extent of what was happening. When he looked inside a long concrete shelf, his infrared camera captured a white, shadowy figure moving in the background. However, Chris didn't notice it during the investigation and continued with his exploration. It wasn't until later, when reviewing the footage, that he discovered the unsettling truth. He wasn't alone in the substation. After leaving the basement, Chris went back upstairs to continue his investigation. What happened next would only deepen the mystery.
666. Hell's door. That's kind of creepy. Damn. Still gotta go down there too. Did you hear that? That was loud. Was that? What the f was that noise? sudden I feel sick. Come on, don't do this. Oh, fuck. Come on, man. I gotta get out of here.
Suddenly, Chris heard a loud bang echo through the building. He turned toward the noise. That's when he saw it, a shadowy figure moving next to him. He looked back to where the figure had been, but it had vanished. Within moments, it reappeared, peeking through a door in a completely different part of the room. An overwhelming sense of dread filled Chris. Almost immediately after the figure vanished, Chris began feeling extremely ill. He suddenly felt the urge to vomit, and for the next few minutes, he was violently throwing up. During this time, the white figure could still be seen watching him, but Chris had no idea that it was there. It wasn't until he reviewed the footage later that he realized the full scope of the terrifying encounter. After posting the chilling video, Chris decided to return to the substation a month later to investigate further. He was eager to uncover more, but what awaited him was far worse than anything he had experienced during his first visit.
Probably not a good idea to be back here after what happened last time. I got the same setup, the same IR camera set up, and see if I can catch anything else. So I'm back. Wish me luck. I'm just gonna follow the same path as last time. It's a weird noise in this room. That's creepy.
As Chris made his way back into the basement during his second visit, as he stepped into one of the rooms, an eerie voice suddenly filled the air. It sounded like someone whispering, "You're not supposed to be here," followed by a brief pause. Then, the voice coldly warned, "Run."
It's a weird noise in this room.
The chilling words sent a shiver down Chris's spine, but despite hearing the ominous warning, he didn't immediately react. He continued his investigation, unaware of the full danger that loomed around him. As he explored the rooms where he had encountered the white figure on his first visit, he didn't find anything unusual. He then ventured back into the basement, where he had previously experienced the strange temperature drop. To his surprise, the coldness returned, just as it had before. But even as the cold air settled in, Chris refused to back down. He was determined to press on and uncover what lay hidden in the depths of the building. That's when things took another disturbing turn.
Wow. Yep, it's still really cold in here. Look, you can see my breath now. Look. Like, that's how you know I'm not lying. It's really creepy in here. As I walk, it sounds like people are talking. Bones are still there. It's nasty. What the hell? What the hell is that? Oh, shit. Something. Holy shit. I know y'all heard that. That scared the shit out of me. I do have my gun just in case. It might have been an animal. Holy shit.
After hearing a loud crashing sound, Chris immediately panicked. The noise came from above, and the force was so intense that he feared for his safety. He rushed out of the basement, heart pounding, and sprinted back upstairs to investigate. As he did, his infrared camera once again captured the white figure, now moving through one of the rooms. Chris tried to make sense of what had just happened. He concluded that the crash had been caused by a crate falling from above, but he couldn't explain who or what could have thrown the crate with such force. Still shaken, Chris decided to set up another infrared camera and continue his investigation. But what happened next would be even more horrifying.
This big ass box just fell on this grate. Maybe it fell from up there. Oh my God, my heart's racing. You know what? I'm gonna put the IR camera up here while I explore. Yeah, those gotta be raccoons. I can hear them up there.
It became clear that something had turned hostile. As Chris made his way through the room, he was suddenly shoved violently, knocking him off balance. The force of the push was so strong that he was knocked unconscious for nearly 10 minutes. While he lay unconscious, something even more disturbing occurred. White, shadowy particles appeared from nowhere, moving across the room before disappearing just as quickly as they came. When Chris finally regained consciousness, he was disoriented and terrified. He quickly grabbed his cameras, determined to leave. With his heart racing, he fled the building, overwhelmed by the unexplainable events he had witnessed. What Chris experienced that night remains a mystery. He ran from the building, and as of the time this video was uploaded, Chris has not returned to the Cedar Avenue substation. We are on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers by August. Please be a part of our journey. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's make it happen together. In April of 2021, two Canadian YouTubers, Jordan and Johnny, uploaded a spine-chilling video titled Paranormal Activity at Sinister Farm to their channel, Paranormies. Their channel is dedicated to exploring haunted locations across the globe, documenting their encounters with the unknown. In this particular video, Jordan and Johnny investigate a remote, abandoned farmhouse located in Steinbach, Canada. The duo received a disturbing message from a local couple who had recently stayed at the farmhouse, urging them to investigate the strange happenings that had occurred there. According to the couple, the house was built after World War II, and over the years, it had become notorious for paranormal activity. The history of the property is especially unsettling. Locals claim the original farmer would leave every night, only to return each morning. Tragically, one day he left and never came back. Over the past 80 years, several farmers have owned the property, but none have stayed longer than 2 years. The couple who contacted Jordan and Johnny reported a terrifying experience while staying in the farmhouse's top-floor bedroom. They heard distinct voices, and when they looked toward the window, they saw someone peering in at them, despite being on the second floor. This impossible sighting led them to abandon the farmhouse immediately and contact Jordan and Johnny for an investigation. Arriving in the dead of night, the duo began their exploration of the area, searching for an entrance into the farmhouse. It was at that point that they made a discovery that would change the course of their investigation.
So it's got to be that window?
It'd be that window, barn.
upstairs,
Shine the light back here. Yo, Johnny.
What?
Yeah, there's a barn back there. Oh, I can't really see it on my camera. Yeah. So yeah, it would have been that window. She saw the figure creeping in.
If you look closely at the footage captured during this moment, you'll spot something chilling. A hand briefly reaches out from the second-floor window before quickly pulling back inside. This eerie detail, caught on camera but missed by the investigators, confirmed that someone, was indeed present in the very window where the couple had seen the face peering in at them years before. Unaware of what their camera had captured, Jordan and Johnny continued their exploration. After finding the main entrance dead-bolted and broken, they were forced to climb through a window to access the house. Inside, they began setting up their equipment, still unaware of the horrors that awaited them.
Is anybody in here? It's a yep.
Is that you who made that noise? Can you use the necrophonic? Say yes.
Man, that freaked me out.
Oh, there was yes. I just heard it.
Yes?
There was a yes. Who are you?
Demon? That's a clear demon.
Yeah, I heard that too.
After a short session using their necrophonic device, which is designed to facilitate communication with spirits, the duo decided to head upstairs to investigate further. But at that point, they didn't notice the hand or any other signs of paranormal activity. After a few moments of silence, they decided to go back downstairs.
What?
I heard something footsteps.
There it is.
That's definitely not.
Can you knock again if that was you? There it is. I'm gonna go check. Hang on. Oh man, it's so freaky. Nothing.
It was then that they heard a series of mysterious knocks echoing through the house. Intrigued, the investigators searched the house but couldn't find any logical explanation for the sounds. Determined to communicate with whatever presence might be lingering in the farmhouse, they decided to conduct a sensory deprivation test. Jordan sat alone in a small bathroom while Johnny asked questions in an attempt to make contact with any spirits that might be present. And that's when something truly chilling happened.
Is there something that we can...
Why are you here?
We're here just to talk to you.
Johnny,
Did you hear that? What was that?
I heard something.
It was this light bulb, dude.
A light bulb.
Look. Oh my god.
That wasn't already there?
No. Was that you that did that? Go back in, go back in. I want to see if we can get something off this. Are you the one that knocked that light bulb down?
Ha ha ha.
Is this a joke to you?
Me. Window. Ha ha ha.
Jordan,
Huh.
I feel like there's something like pulling on my shirt. It keeps pulling on my shirt.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Just as they were wrapping up the sensory deprivation test, they heard a loud crash. Investigating the source of the noise, they discovered that a light bulb had mysteriously fallen on its own. Unable to find a reasonable explanation, they decided to try another method of communication, table tipping. They placed a small table in the middle of one of the rooms, hoping the spirit would move the table in response to their questions. But things took a terrifying turn before they could even begin the experiment properly.
Okay, here, take this camera. And I'll grab this camera. And then let's
Table tipping.
yeah, I kinda wanna just show.
Is that what it's called?
It's called table tipping, yeah.
It is? Okay. I didn't know if it had like an official name or something.
Okay, yeah, so I kinda wanna set up a camera in that corner there, and I wanna set up a camera either in this corner or Stop! Jordan.
Dude, what was that?
What? Jordan. Jordan,
What?
are you okay?
Are you okay?
Without warning, the table violently flipped over on its own. What made this encounter even more disturbing was the fact that just moments before the table moved, the sound of footsteps could be heard running down the stairs.
Stop! Jordan.
The timing of the footsteps suggested that whatever or whoever had come down the stairs was responsible for the violent movement of the table. In a state of shock, Jordan and Johnny retreated upstairs for safety, but the haunting didn't stop there. Throughout the house, they continued to hear unexplained noises, objects seemingly knocked off counters, and others being dragged across the floor. Despite their growing fear, the duo decided to continue their investigation. Using an SLS camera, which maps figures much like an Xbox Kinect, they hoped to capture further evidence of paranormal activity. What they caught on camera was deeply unsettling.
Oh, whoa, look. Something in the window.
There's something in the
Right
window?
where the table flipped. Two, there was another one. If that's you, can you make a noise? And it doesn't make sense why this would be pulling something from the window. If anything, it would go on the window frame, not in the middle of the window. And now it's gone by the window. So why is that? Can you let us know where you are by making a noise? Oh, right for a second, right by the window where she saw that thing?
Yeah, you saw it.
Yeah. It's sitting right where, kind of how we were sitting before, right against the wall. Look at this.
At one point, the SLS camera detected what appeared to be a stick figure-like entity by the second-floor window. This was particularly alarming given that it was the same window where the couple had reported seeing a face and where the mysterious hand had reached out earlier. After this bizarre encounter, the duo decided to leave the farmhouse and investigate the barn on the property. What happened next was far more violent than anything they could have anticipated.
Can you tell us if necrophonic is real? And if it is, we want to know, did you flip that table? Is necrophonic real? So it sounded like it said. What was that? Like I said. What was that? That's what that was.
You throw a box and you say yes to the box. You make something else move. Oh my god.
What is that?
Light bulb. What's in this one?
As they entered the barn, they stood in disbelief as a bottle was thrown across the room, followed by a box that was flung with considerable force. Immediately, the duo searched the area, but they found nothing that could have caused these objects to move so violently. Frightened but resolute, they decided to call it quits. They ended their investigation and fled the property. What's particularly chilling about this investigation is the progression of events. The entity seemed to escalate the intensity of its manifestations as the explorers refused to leave. First came the strange noises and bangs, which startled them but didn't drive them away. Then, the table flipped violently, which terrified them but still didn't make them leave. Finally, the thrown objects in the barn marked the point of no return, pushing them to end their investigation. The hand that reached from the window added another disturbing layer to the mystery, confirming the couple's original account of seeing someone peering in at them from an impossible height. Whether what Jordan and Johnny encountered that night was truly paranormal or an elaborate hoax remains unverified. While the footage is compelling, definitive proof is still elusive. The question remains, what would you do if you encountered such phenomena? Would you flee at the first sign of the paranormal? Or would you, like Jordan and Johnny, stay long enough to witness something truly sinister? Surprised by that last one? Trust me, the next clip will make it look like a bedtime story. Our third story takes us to Colby and Colton, two explorers who are no strangers to the unknown. Their channel, Uncharted Expeditions, is dedicated to uncovering forgotten places and revealing their secrets. However, their visit to an abandoned school turned out to be anything but ordinary.
We probably need to get inside, so nobody sees us.
Let's go.
Let's go. Push it back.
The school's decaying walls, covered in heavy mold, created an atmosphere that was unsettling from the very start. But it wasn't just the building that made the air feel thick with tension. As they ventured deeper into the abandoned halls, strange noises began to echo through the building. The sound of doors creaking open and closed could be heard, sending chills creeping down their spines. Every step seemed to trigger something unseen, something that wasn't quite right. Then, as they entered one of the rooms, a door suddenly slammed shut behind them. The sudden noise startled them, and before they could react, the door creaked open again, slowly, almost deliberately. Armed with a weapon, they braced themselves, prepared for whatever danger might come next.
Yeah, literally right after we walked through that door right there, it shut back on us. And then it opened back. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Where are we? It started shutting. This place is giving me all sorts of bad vibes, dude. That's creepy.
In another room, they witnessed it again. A door slamming shut with a force that echoed through the building, only to creak open once more, as if something, or someone, was toying with them.
Just shut. I hate this. We're literally watching these doors open and shut. Can you see that on the camera?
Frozen in place, Colby and Colton were gripped by fear and confusion. What could possibly be causing this? No one else was supposed to be there, yet the doors continued their strange dance, opening and closing on their own, each time more forceful and unsettling than the last.
That slammed shut. I'm telling you, bro, I did it. It didn't open near as far that. Heck no.
With every step, the air around them grew heavier, as though the building itself was watching them. Their exploration revealed even more signs that they weren't alone. Piles of clothes scattered across the floor, carts filled with belongings left behind, as though someone had been there recently.
Let's go. We explored most of it. Let's go. Hold on, we can go a little bit longer.
It became clear that someone, or something, else was in the building with them. Uneasy and on high alert, the duo decided it was time to cut their exploration short.
Dude, like my heart is like pounding really fast. Okay.
Was this truly paranormal activity, or were they simply being followed by someone else in the decaying school? If that last clip had you on the edge of your seat, brace yourself. What's coming next will haunt your dreams. What began as an exciting exploration of an abandoned hospital quickly turned into a nightmare for Tom and his friends as they found themselves fighting for their lives.
Hey, what's poppin', you guys? Welcome back to another video. Guys, today, me, Danny, Jack, Alfie have returned to Ridgely Hospital. Don't get me started, I'm a bit nervous myself.
The hospital, in a state of decay, looked as though it had been forgotten by time itself. Once inside, the group began calling out to any spirits, hoping for a response from whatever might be lingering in the dark, empty halls.
Stand still, see if we can hear that again, because that was a bang.
But there's no car.
Hello? Anyone in here? Anyone here? Can you make a noise for me, please? Make a loud bang for us, please.
Man, why there's so much stuff on the floor, man? These vandals are so
Oh my good lord. Is anyone here?
See, that's where the nurse was spotted walking from one side to the other.
What the fuck was that, no?
Oh my god.
No, that was a bang and a half.
Oh no. Can you do that again for me?
That was you.
That was none
None of us were all here.
Off. Hello? Can you copy me? What the f is that?
The response was quick and terrifying. Sudden, violent bangs and growls echoed through the building, sending shockwaves of fear through the group. The deeper they ventured, the more intense and aggressive the noises became, as if something was watching them every step of the way.
Give us a fright if you can.
No, calm down. Calm the f down. Calm the f down.
I feel the side of shit myself with this bit.
Nah, I don't know, there's something definitely.
I think
Oh, no,
you
man.
should get your EMF reader out.
Go on, Alfie, hold the camera. Look at the EMF.
Put on the floor.
Don't run. I'm getting the EMF out. Don't f***ing run. I'm gonna start crying, you know, I swear. I'm gonna start crying.
Come on, do it again.
No, I don't like it. No,
I'm not scared of you.
Well, I am scared of you. I think someone is here now, to be honest with you.
Their unease grew with each passing moment, and then the chilling realization set in. They weren't alone in the hospital.
Turn your lights off. Holy sh**. Yo. What the f***? Someone's here. Someone's here. Someone did the skirt. What the f***? Why this? What? Be careful. There's someone there. Just like, see what it is. It might need help.
Hello?
Hello? What? Go!
A figure materialized from the darkness, sending the group running for their lives. But their panic only fueled the pursuit. The figure didn't let up, following them relentlessly, refusing to let them escape.
Calm down. Yo, are you okay?
I'm going down.
You okay? Go. Fell. Go.
Wait, which way?
Don't. Hurry up. Get out.
Shit, he's still there.
Find right there. Alfie, calm down. Wait to stay.
When they finally reached their car, they sped away with their hearts racing. But the question lingered, what did this person want, and why had they been so determined to chase them? Think that was terrifying. Just wait, what's next will make your heart race like never before. Meet Ehab Cosmia, an urban explorer and paranormal investigator. Tonight, Ehab is about to explore an abandoned house with a chilling, dark past, where a man named Khalil brutally murdered his entire family. Armed with only his camera and flashlight, Ehab braces himself for what promises to be a terrifying long night in this haunted house.
طلع مقدم الدار. بسم الله. مين انت؟
As Ehab steps deeper into the decaying building, he immediately notices something strange about the air. It feels unnervingly heavy, as if every breath takes more effort. As he enters what used to be the family's living room, the atmosphere intensifies. Ehab pauses for a moment to pray, trying to center himself. Just then, out of the corner of his eye, he sees a man crouching near the base of a door, peeking in at him. But before Ehab can react, the figure vanishes completely, leaving him with only his racing heart for company.
يعني بسم الله. تعال. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Determined to get to the bottom of the mystery, Ehab presses on, hoping to find the man again and confront him. As he makes his way further into the house, his eyes drift upward, and there he sees the same man, this time on the other side of the window, staring in. Ehab moves closer to get a better look, but once again the figure has disappeared, vanishing as quickly as it appeared.
طبعا أعوذ بك. يا قاتل يا مقتول أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات. بسم الله.
With his nerves now completely frayed, Ehab stops for a moment to catch his breath, trying to steady himself. Just then, a loud knock echoes through the silence of the house. Spinning around, Ehab turns just in time to watch a window slowly creak shut, as though someone or something was watching him.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تعال. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Now outside, Ehab begins to consider ending the investigation. The chilling presence of the elusive man has left him on edge, and the strange, silent pursuit feels like a game of cat and mouse. But just as he's about to leave, he turns to look back at the house. There, at the window, the same man is staring at him. As Ehab inches closer, the doors of the house begin to creak and shift on their own. Finally, with an unnerving snap, the man vanishes and the window slams shut behind him.
Bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A'udhu bi kalimatillah at-tammat.
Just as Ehab is about to call it a night and walk away, he stands in front of a mirror, recounting the strange events he's just witnessed. But as he speaks, he catches a glimpse of something in the reflection. The same man, his face now looming behind Ehab, appears in the mirror. One last chilling question lingers. Who or what was haunting Ehab that night? Was it the restless spirit of the man who had killed his own family, or perhaps a rogue ghost just looking to toy with him? If you thought the last clips were terrifying, get ready. This final one will haunt you long after the video ends. Our final video tonight comes from Takauchi Camera, who returns to explore an abandoned house he's visited countless times before. He remarks that the house is unlike any other, strange, with 2 levels but no stairs, and a layout that doesn't quite make sense. This house has been abandoned for as long as Takauchi can remember, and locals say it's one of the most haunted places around. As Takauchi moves through the odd, disorienting house, he begins to feel an unsettling sensation, the distinct feeling that he's being watched. The forest that surrounds the home is eerily quiet, too quiet, and it sends waves of anxiety through him. Tonight, unlike the countless other nights he's spent here, feels different, more intense. As Takauchi explores the attic, he pans his camera to the left, and though he doesn't immediately notice, a pair of pale, ghostly feet is clearly visible right in front of him.
Oh! Huh? Huh? ちょっと待って。マジ？ちょっと待って。は？いや、どういうことマジでどういうこと？いや、そんなわけないって。いや、ライトなかったの、マジで。どういうこと？撮影続けられん。
In the same attic, something even more unsettling happens. Takauchi's flashlight suddenly flickers and dies, leaving him trapped in complete darkness in the middle of this haunted house. He quickly grabs his camera, using it as his only source of light, snapping pictures frantically in an attempt to find his way out. After what seems like an eternity, he finally stumbles upon the exit. It's only then, as he reviews the footage, that he realizes the chilling image of the phantom legs. Shaken to his core, Takauchi vows that this will be the last time he ever steps foot into this strange and terrifying house. You've watched this far, but if you leave without subscribing, you'll never know what insane content you're missing next.